So it just needs water and sunshine, but it doesn't get much because the building blocks it.
What if we use soil with plant food?
That might help a little, but there's no substitute for direct sunlight.
Why is your face covered in blood?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you.
Why is your face covered in blood?
Oh, well, it's kind of an interesting story.
Dan! Why are you playing the harp?
It's practice time.
Dan, why is your face covered in blood?
I cut myself shaving. I don't even know about background checks, because someone could buy a gun before showing signs of mental illness or even criminal behavior.
What do you suggest?
Obviously, I'm not an expert, but I think other countries have been successful just by focusing on limiting access to handguns.
But why is your face bleeding?
That I couldn't tell you.
Why don't you see a doctor?
I don't believe in them. I was raised by Christian scientists.
Wait, aren't your parents Jewish scientists?
No, you're confused. They started out Christian scientists, then converted to Jewish lawyers.
Could you... Could you get me a cupcake that doesn't have your blood all over it?
How do you know it's mine?
Do you know anyone else with fish fillet flavored blood?
Okay, fine, fair enough. I got blood all over your cupcake.
Have you ever seen so much blood?
Why do you ask so many questions?
Why aren't you dead?
Hand me that towel.
This towel over here?
Stop asking questions. You've asked like 13 questions in a row.
Are you okay?
I'm gonna laugh at your funeral. Oh no. My bloody wound is attracting wild dogs.
Oh, really?
Quiet, you. We have wild dogs to deal with.
What are we going to do?
Run, damn it.
The next morning.
So, I might not be the best looking guy, but I have infinite compassion inside of me, and any woman would be lucky to have that.
Any woman?
Any woman. Because that's not what a woman might think she wants, but it's what every woman deserves. Infinite compassion.
Every woman?
Every woman. My face is still bleeding, isn't it?
Can't you feel the warm blood coming out of your face?
It's been numb for a while. Must have nerve damage.
Why don't you use a Band-Aid?
That would be like putting a tampon in a volcano.
Why don't you use a belt around your neck as a tourniquet?
Choke myself with a belt. Mason, I'm bleeding to death, not masturbating. So, even though Mike was the head writer, Joel created the show and was clearly the funnier host.
Why are you talking about Mystery Science Theater 3000 when you should be in a fucking ambulance?
That's actually not a bad idea. Would you please call me an ambulance?
Where's the $5 you owe me?
If I die, I'll never be able to give you your $5.
Okay. Where's the phone?
So the doctor gave me a transfusion and sewed up the wound. She says I'll be out of the hospital in no time. Thanks for visiting, by the way.
Yeah, why does that music keep playing? The do.
That's my ringtone.
Why don't you answer your phone ever?
I'm avoiding my ex-girlfriend.
Ann Coulter?
No.
Sarah Palin?
No.
Michelle Malkin?
No.
Eva Braun's ghost?
Yes. It's a hassle. She has to possess somebody every time we want to do it.
Aren't you worried Hitler's ghost will get, jealous?
No. They broke up. Ironically, Eva Braun's ghost prefers them circumcised.
Doesn't that create conflict?
You would think. That reminds me. Is it okay if Eva Braun's ghost possesses your body so we can make love?
Again?
I'm afraid so.
Why don't you ask our butler?
That's not a bad idea. Oh, that's Eva Braun's ghost calling me. I should probably answer. Guten Tag, baby. So you see, Butler, I need you to be possessed by Eva Braun's ghost because she's my girlfriend and I want to make love to her.
Fair enough. I would be honored.
How are you going to conjure her spirit into our butler's body, Dan?
It's simple. I just recite this ancient incantation. Sanctus, Spiritus, ad hominem, Santorum.
Guten Tag.
Looks like it worked.
Stay the fuck away from my girlfriend, buddy.
Oops. Looks like I accidentally allowed Hitler's ghost to possess our butler's body.
Hitler, if you could go back in time and kill yourself as a baby, would you? Would you?
You don't have to answer that, Mr. Hitler. Look, I'm sorry I tried to fuck your girlfriend's ghost, Mr. Hitler.
Oh, well, that's okay. I like the body you made me possess. It's much better than Donald Trump's.
Saw that coming.
With this new body, I shall rule the world.
Oh, shit.
How do we stop him, Dan?
To remove Hitler's ghost from Butler's body, I just needed to recite this other ancient incantation. Deus ex machina.
Oh, where am I? Why do I crave sauerkraut?
You were possessed by Hitler's ghost, but I said an ancient incantation that made him go away.
Are we done yet? A rough start. A rough start.
But I think it went okay once things got rolling.
Okay is one way to describe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was feeling it. I don't know about them.
Somebody's trying to applaud, but that's okay.
For you don't.
Yeah.
So again, this is very legitimately our last show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting a stopwatch on this so we don't talk too long. But I wanted to ask Dan, how are you feeling about the end?
I wish we could go on, but I don't think it's kind of sad. I wish we could go on, but I'd much rather we be friends and stuff.
Yeah. Someone has been practicing that answer in the mirror.
Naked.
All right, well, let's turn things around. Say something positive about the show. What are you happy about?
There are very few shows like it, and sometimes when it works, it was okay, and
sometimes when it works, it was okay.
Yeah.
Man, that's the best blurb for anything ever.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna. I think it was a valiant effort, and I think we did okay.
A valiant effort. I don't know. Or name something that you wish had gone better about the show.
I wish my timing was better in the first couple episodes because I was a little nervous, and I'm realizing with this show that the writing and performing and all that stuff that's okay, but the only important thing is waiting after somebody tells a joke for people to laugh before saying the next line. That's the only thing that matters.
So why do you have blood on your face?
Actually, it was inspired by a couple weeks ago. I was going to see my friend Tom Simmons, and I cut myself shaving, and my face would not stop bleeding forever. I cut well, it's Halloween, we can say it. I cut a pustule, and
the thing, okay. So Dan came over, and he had an infected wound.
Located where?
Right here.
There's a little bit. There may be a scar after
There's
this.
a scar.
It was one of those things like you think to yourself like, do I say something? But like, how can they not know that's there?
Yeah, I knew.
Right? And yeah. So did I say anything? I don't.
You said like weeks later, you were like, "Oh man, that looked really bad."
Well, it's like, do I need to call an ambulance? It wasn't bleeding, but I don't know. It
was purple.
You know, it was a wound, as some people have sometimes, and if it was supposed to be there, I'd be like, cool, I accept that because it's part of you. But it did not look like it was supposed to be
Wow,
there.
really? I accept your wound.
I accept your permanent wounds inside and
Your
out.
decision to voluntarily wound yourself. I accept that.
So Dan, what do you think my positive moments of the show have been?
Sometimes you would write a script and I'd be like, holy shit, this is good.
So you think your approval is my favorite part of the show?
Oh, what do I think your favorite part of the show was?
Yeah. But like yeah, that's what I asked, I think.
I don't know. I don't know.
That's an honest answer, at least. What do you think my least favorite part of the show was?
Me not getting the scripts done on time.
Yeah. The division. There were 4 parts to the division of work. There was the writing that Dan did, and there was the writing that Mason did, and then there was the production and everything else that goes along with it. So I had pretty much everything outside of the writing, and then the 4th part, which took up about 25% of my time, was yelling at Dan to write.
Yeah.
It was just, and it'd be like, Dan, this is really shitty. You said you'd do this stuff and you didn't do it. And it'd be like, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. And I'd be like ripping my hair out.
Yes, and I understand that caused you stress, and there's no way I can deny that, and that was terrible. It was worse. It was worse than 9/11.
All right, so we think he's just fitting that in there. But to be fair, the way I complained about it, I made it seem that way. I would never use that as a comparison because that was a bad thing to say. But that is an accurate way of how I responded. Anyways, yeah, we'll move on, Dan.
Okay.